And you're on.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I
Jeff
was going to
tricked
say
me.
Tuesday, but it's
Jeff said the
Monday.
internet's slow, and we're on.
Tricky.
I was like, oh, okay.
Wow, what a big weekend of crazy weather. It was either, we started Friday, I think 95 degrees, rainy Saturday, Sunday, cold.
It didn't make any sense. I left the house at like 10 a.m. The day we did our company picnic, and was in a tank top and shorts
beautiful.
and was comfortable at
Within
10
2
a.m.
hours.
Go to the gym, go to the thing, and it ends up raining, getting cold, windy.
It was. And you could
crazy.
just watch it rolling in. It was just like dark clouds. I'm thinking any moment now, these bouncy houses are going to have
I
to
know.
go down.
That's what I was like. Some kid's gonna be in that bouncy house. We're gonna be on the internet for,
Hey, I don't know if you
Viral
guys have
for all
ever
the
done
wrong
the
reasons,
water
but-
slides, but watching the kids go down the water slides eating crap is hilarious.
and they never slowed down the
They did
entire
not.
time.
They did not.
We should just rent a bunch of bounce houses and put them at the used car center one day.
Just let them roll.
Yeah, just get like 5 of them.
Parents, watch your children.
Yeah.
What if
just,
the parents are in there? That's the best.
Whatever.
You know, at the end of the night party, that's when the parents are all kids are
bounce
tired
house.
out. Parents are in
Listen.
there.
I know when I was a younger dad, whenever those bounce houses were around, we were in there doing WWE moves on the kids, body slamming them. Boom. Yeah. Now I'm old and fat. I don't do that anymore.
I'm like, I was thinking to
And I
myself,
can't lift my left arm, so
even walking up the like water slide ladder is like, oh, that looks exhausting in itself.
so much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone crashing at the end.
We did
Oh
one
my
for
gosh.
one of Benjamin's birthdays when he was little, and Addison was little, and I remember carrying her up those things,
Oh.
and then like tossing her down,
Slowly trying to
I
get her
just
down
think,
safely.
I ain't doing any of that anymore.
No way.
No.
Uh-uh.
But anyway, if we have pictures of the company, I don't know. We probably don't even have enough to really capture
Yeah, I sent a
how
ton
cool it
to
was.
Jeff.
We got a bunch. We'll start off with the
Yeah.
The
well,
area
listen,
where it
first
was.
and foremost, let's just say thanks to everybody who, I know that we had a company set this up, but man, you and the team did a great job making this whole thing happen, because I would not have done it this nicely. I'd have been like, show up, bring a sandwich, let's
Yes,
go.
I have a team of amazing 4 or 5 ladies, and we basically got it all set up. You can't see so close, but basically there's tables, there's chairs, there's cornhole boards, there's Connect Four, there's water slide, there's bouncy house, there's balls, there's really
Sand.
everything. Sand, yeah.
we'll go through some of the pictures and you can talk about it.
Well, not really anything to talk about. And it's exciting when you put on an event and everyone comes. Keep going, Jeff.
It's nice to see everybody's family too. Like,
Yeah.
the person behind the person we see for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
We see them more than 8 hours a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nice when you have the back shop guys come, the salesmen come, when you kind of get a lot of management. It was really good. The taco guy, delicious. He's amazing, just so you guys know. Oh, Adam and his little family, they are so cute. We have a lot of young fathers growing their families, which is nice. Doug, Monty. Yeah, so hopefully this will be an annual event. Super excited to have Chris really invest time into everyone.
Oh, you got
That's
Kelly
me,
to take a
McKelly.
picture?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
How? Did you force her?
Yes, I
No,
did.
because she's in it.
Yes, I know.
It's the only way she'll do it.
I was like, don't move. Our sales guys. It's really nice when you can get everyone just off of, work mode and kind of out and have a good time mode.
Yeah.
Relax.
No, it's good, and I don't know if we caught any video of this or if someone else did, but Chris took a minute and addressed everybody and said that when he was young, their company picnic for his dad was a big deal. That was a great, like he still to this day remembers it, and he wants to give the same thing to his employees going forward. So
It's really cool, too, because you can kind of, when you do an event like that, it's really based more around the kids and family and not really, drinking and partying. Some of our events, we do Christmas party, it's adult only. So this one you get to really, bring your family and give them something. So it's
one
cool.
kind of a
that-
flip side funny perspective was everybody's like, where's Benjamin? Where's Benjamin? And I was like, oh, he's on his way. And they're like, oh, yeah, he drives. So, he's kind of on the tail end of that where he was a little kid coming in the dealership. Well, now everybody else got their little kids. And
Yeah.
so it was a lot of fun. It
And
was
he's
cool.
not a little kid anymore. He's as big as you are.
He is as big as I am.
Addison almost is too.
Yeah, she tall girl.
Mm.
Yeah.
The little babies. My Aubrey was here in town. She came by before she left to Phoenix, so that was nice. Her and the
Oh,
boys.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long day yesterday.
Yeah. We're going to have to kick you out of here early today.
I
You
know.
can go take a nap.
I'm trying to find like my Christy funness, and I'm like,
Am I the fun one today? We are in trouble. Oh, no. Listen, let me take over this show, and we'll
everything will be fine.
Christy just feeding into my negativity. Oh, yeah. We're going to get canceled in one day.
They're fired.
No more show. No more fun. Yeah.
I did enjoy the rain, though. It is nice when you can open the doors and you just hear the rain. And
Well, I put a not so friendly. Is that my phone buzzing? I apologize. That's a rookie move.
this guy.
Yeah.
One guy.
If somebody else did it, I'd be mad. But I actually do enjoy the weather. Like, I enjoy the storms. I enjoy the clouds. I enjoy all of that, except for I'm ready to go out on the water.
Well, it's getting close.
Like,
Let's just be honest.
Can we just
Friday was 95 degrees out there.
right? And then it was 70 and raining the following 2 days. Like, what the hell is that? I put
So true.
I put a very inappropriate post on my story on social
Angry
media.
about it?
No, about what I want to be doing on the water. So if anybody out there follows me.
Listen,
I
don't
know every once in a while Maria will tell me something that I posted, and I'll be like, yeah, that was not my best post.
You're like, oh, shoot.
My bad. But, yeah. Anyway, pretty funny stuff.
It is
I don't know if you guys have been following, and I think we'll just go like a March Madness theme in general today because
It's madness.
the weather's
Like, it
crazy.
really is.
We're super
Huge
busy.
sales.
Like, it's bonkers. But we have the NCAA bracket up here. And I don't know if you know this. They do these NCAA brackets, and people put them in. They submit them to win money. And
Oh, is that what this is?
Oh, there's millions of people that
gigantic.
submit them. It's crazy. How many do you think are still perfect and have a chance to win?
No idea. How many?
I believe there's like 2 in the whole country.
Shush.
Like one of the Kentucky lost in the first round. Another team lost in the first round. It was very shocking, and it screwed up like everybody's
Everything.
bracket. Yeah.
And you can't. Can you still like vote on it?
Well, like
Or is it
somebody's gonna
kind
have
of
the
like
best bracket, but as far as having a perfect one, this is what a lot of these companies will like put up money for. Like, you put the
Trying to
perfect
win
thing.
it all.
Yeah. So it's pretty wild.
Well, the bracket's gigantic. Can we see it, Jeff?
Okay, what are we looking at?
The bracket.
The bracket we've been talking about for the last few minutes.
Sorry, I got other things going on over here.
Other than the show that you're producing,
Weird.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
maybe
going
you
on?
should pay attention to the show.
It's all part of the show. Everything is. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, like that's a lot to choose from. This
Yes.
looks like a lot of pressure going on.
And so it's all, set up. Number 1 seeds play 16 seeds, yada, yada, yada. So it's fairly predictable. Then it gets tough. But when one of these lower seeds loses to a higher seed, or excuse me, vice versa, like I think a couple of 4 seeds lost to 14s or whatever the hell they are.
Oh no, you know that makes you.
And so it just throws
mad,
the whole
too.
thing off, But it's a lot of fun, and it's basically been like wall-to-wall basketball for the last few days. So if anybody has a good bracket left, I'd be shocked.
That's wild.
Yeah, I guarantee you, like Dave Heath does not have a good bracket right now, right?
He's like, what?
Yeah, like he's a basketball guy. He
Yeah.
knows, like these are upsets. They're not supposed to happen. So
Well, it is always wild when when you're down 14, 15, 20 and your first 10 think, oh, they're like not even a problem, and
Yeah.
then they come in and sweep you, and you're like,
well, I always laugh because you put this magical number in front of a team and they're suddenly so much better. You're like, wow, they're number
Right.
2 seed. You're like, what if they just were wrong, or what if they printed
Had a
the wrong
bad
thing?
team.
Like in your head, you're like, wow, that's a 2 seed, and you're just a bunch of, it's just 5 guys playing 5 guys, like,
Yeah.
and everybody's good in college. So what?
it's a lot that when they're ranking like that,
Yeah.
you're looking at that.
Yeah.
Especially like an uneducated person like me, I'd just be, oh, they must be the best. Here,
So
check, check, check.
I have lost in these NCAA tournament brackets to when I was married to my then wife, my
But
daughter,
she's like, ding, 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 ding.
who have no idea who half the damn
Yeah.
teams are, let alone I'm like, oh yeah,
This
no,
is
that's
gonna
Tom
be
Izzo. Tom Izzo's
arguing it
tough in
out.
March. Like this guy plays great basketball. This is Michigan State. And they're like, well, fill it out,
Yeah,
and they did
this
better
has
than I
a
did. Mm-hmm.
rose in it. Like I want that name.
Yep,
Yeah,
makes me so mad. That's also why I don't like bowling.
because it's just.
I
Like,
lost in bowling once when
Never
I was
going
married,
again.
and I was like, this is the stupidest sport ever. like ball
just throw a ball.
barely moving down the lane. I'm like, what the hell?
Just crashes it all.
Yeah. So
I love those kinds of games where it's just like, listen,
not a fan.
throw it.
Not even a sport. I don't like it.
That's when I'm just hit the ball. A little manifesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what else we got on the agenda, Arganda?
Well, we got a lot of things coming up. Do you want to go through the events?
I'm excited that we're going to have the Backpack Buddies ladies on Thursday.
Oh man, they had a lot
surprise.
going
Yes.
on. Yeah, Backpack Buddy's huge.
All right, we'll start with this one, Christy, and talk about it.
Well, we got Traces. Of course, as we know, we have the golf tournament coming up, and then the Aces Awards will follow that. So definitely still time to get your teams in or your tee sponsors. They had a great event with Mojave Sunrise Rotary for their bingo. Lots of money raised that goes back to the kids. So,
Yeah.
again, these are great times to get out there in the community, network, get your name out there.
Yeah, as someone who is loosely affiliated with all of it, I tell you, great job on that bingo night. That money will go and help a lot of kids play sports, participate, maybe give them a chance to make some friends, get involved that they would not have been able to otherwise. So kudos to everybody.
It's very cool. Oh, we got the duck pluck again. Don't forget to get your ducks. That's super exciting. Laughlin Chamber is putting that on. Actually, we're getting into we have the mixer, the Bullhead Chamber mixer. We had a great time at the Bullhead, what did we do with the bee? The marketing.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. If you guys are not in the Bullhead Chamber or Laughlin and you own a business, I know that sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, but there's really a lot of different events that you can jump on board. You don't have to do all of them, but the mixers are really cool, and really the things like the lunch
we'll
and learns.
have to give the bee a little shout out here, but they took some
Yeah.
time out, and obviously they offer all these services, so it really works well for them if you are interested. But they did a great job, kind of open your eyes to the there's so many different avenues. Social media is its own own universe.
Yeah.
But if you got a small business, reach out to them. They might be able to help you out.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yep.
Lots of good information.
And we appreciate the Bullhead Chamber for putting that together. They knew that, I kind of asked Bo, like, why did you guys do this? And he said, well, it's just a way to, help our members be successful. I thought that was good. So
that is good.
Yep.
They really have been taking a big different kind of variety of things that they've been offering.
Speaking of the
which is cool.
Bullhead Chamber and the Laughlin Chamber,
Yes.
because we are very difficult, they are going to help us put together our grand opening of our new building soon.
The building's opening.
So,
this is so exciting.
On the 3rd, we are going to be doing a grand opening, ribbon cutting. I don't ever know which one's which thing.
Same kind of.
Yep. So you can see on the left, that whole bottom half of our cross there is shop space. And we literally built the entire building on the right is all shop space also, including, I want to say, over 3 times the amount of parts storage.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So,
which they need
if you've ever brought your car in the shop, we know it's frustrating, but a lot of times we're waiting on parts. Well, now we're going to be able to stock 3 times as much parts inventory and hopefully improve and speed up that turnaround time. So
That's huge.
I'm really excited to offer that to our
has
customers.
It that there's a car wash in there? Is this what's
So if you go back to that picture, Arganda,
Okay.
and you look at what looks like a little shed at the bottom of the new building.
Hold on. I got so many pictures in here. Hold on.
So I kind of chuckled because when we did the Winter Expo, I had about 4 of the lovely little men and women in there that were like, so, are you washing our car now? And I was like, good
So
question.
you see that little thing sticking out at the very bottom of the new building
Yes.
is a drive-through car wash. We will offer some car washes with some services. One of the downsides will be that it is limited. We will have some guys staff that car wash, and when they are there, that we will wash cars. When they are not, we will not. If you've ever worked or operated a car wash,
Sounds like
You gotta be
dangerous
right on-
liability.
yeah. You
yeah,
gotta be on
well,
top of it.
like if one person drives through wrong or does something and damages the equipment, you're shut down completely. And so we got to be super careful.
I
But
suppose we have a lot to learn about it too. Really.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're really excited to offer car washes because really it's just a manpower issue, and people they get it. Hey, I just had a bunch of work done. Why didn't you wash my car? And you go,
Yes.
we don't have any extra
Especially
bodies.
the California people. Everywhere in California, they have the car washes.
Yeah.
Oh, It's
Yep,
exhausting.
Absolutely.
We're
So,
getting cooler. Look at
friendly
us now.
reminder: we're not California.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Next door
The
neighbor,
downside is you don't
sorry.
get your car washed. The upside is this place.
You're
is
going to get your
amazing.
car washed. It's going to be dusty 8 miles down the road. Welcome to Arizona.
Yeah.
That's how we roll. So
Welcome to Arizona.
It's true.
Oh my gosh! Did you
And
guys?
then, oh, sorry, guys.
Did you guys get affected by any of the shutdown? Going to Laughlin, going to Vegas from Laughlin to Vegas this time?
I did not
This
because I
weekend?
never leave town.
Well, we were going to Vegas to
I
see
rarely
my
leave
parents for
town.
dinner, and we ended up having to go all the way around Boulder City, which is beautiful. Like, you kind of forget how beautiful that whole area is to the dam. But on the way back, we had to go through Needles, and that 2-lane road.
Yeah.
I am so sorry for
Really bad
everyone who was
accident,
involved
right?
in that accident.
Yeah.
Yes, and thankful that it was not us, but sorry for anyone who
I
was.
literally thought I was reading the same article over. There was
It
like
was two.
bad accident there. There was
Yeah.
another one, a lady hit in the street. Like,
Yeah.
man, everybody just chill out for a couple days. I'd
Put your
appreciate
phones down.
I'd appreciate
Yeah.
a break in the
Put
news.
your phones
so.
down. I know you having a teenager, you constantly are telling them like, don't text and drive. If I'm texting you and you're driving, do not answer. Tell you, hey, sorry, it took me a few minutes because I'm driving.
Yeah.
Really, really, and we are just as bad. Adults are just as bad. So you kind of have to remind yourself,
Not
like,
me.
put the phone down. Don't text and drive.
I
It's
would
not
never.
worth it.
I don't know if I believe
Unless
that.
my podcast is over and I'm searching for the next one.
Yes. I want to listen to those stupid commercials. I got to skip through them.
Listen, I say
right.
that I'm an awful driver, so I literally, truthfully try not to
Yeah.
text and drive because I know I suck at driving.
So distracted driving is very
Woman
serious.
driver,
Very
rider.
dangerous. I grew up driving a stick shift
Did you have like your
with no air. And I remember like back in the day being on your cell
soda?
phone. Yeah. Just no room for a cup holder for that giant soda. Like if any of my friends ever see, they'll tell you like your phone going, you're driving, you stick shift, drink this, do that, whatever.
Yeah, racing.
Yeah. So, like, by comparison, the fact my car does 80% of this for me now, I feel like I'm basically getting chauffeured around.
This is true.
Yeah, like, if I ever drift out, like, my car corrects itself.
Yeah.
I got front and rear
beeps at you.
sensors.
Ding, ding,
I got
ding.
intelligent cruise control. Like, my phone integrates
The
to my
little
radio.
flashers on the
You know, it's
mirror.
really dumb, and I know there's no argument for this. Distracted driving, not okay. It's harder for me to touch my radio to change than it is on my phone.
It is true.
So they're like, oh, yeah, don't use your phone. And I'm like, right, I'm
Hey,
going to touch
hold
this
on,
thing.
I
And I'm like, fucking sweating.
lost.
Like,
It is true.
or I do this thing that I do every day, done. Like,
I could do it in my
so
sleep.
I don't do the either. It's unsafe.
Yes, good job.
But it sure is a lot harder to use the radio. So,
All right, we'll come back to this since we're sponsoring it. Go ahead and talk about that.
Air show. Listen, it is really exciting. It is on the same day as Trace's golf tournament. So Shane goes one way and I go one way. But if you are bored,
Really?
this is where you
we
want to
just
go.
split up our whole team for this, in all honesty, because we have a couple people down here staffing it, but we also get some, because we're sponsored, we get some passes. So, but then we need guys. They go out and represent us in golf and raise money and do all that other stuff. Make no mistake, people enjoy golfing for sure, but we go out and support those things. We almost always do a sponsorship and get teams and get guys out there, and then guys spend money and they do their thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Majority of golf tournaments in town, really.
right. And so it's going to divide up our team quite a bit. And
Bye, Shane.
yeah.
Just kidding.
And just FYI, as far as the air show goes, they have made some big improvements in terms of space, viewing area, more tents, more
Busing
vendors,
people in and
busing
out to their
people in.
cars.
Like, there's a lot of improvements, and it's going to be a really, really good show. So
Yeah, it's exciting. And again, it's a great thing to take the kids out to, really to learn about aviation, lots of things. Friday, they have an event that you can kind of take the kids down, walk them through, a chance where they get to kind of talk to pilots and people who are controlling the planes. It may be something they're interested in and don't even know until they go to something like that.
And honestly, there's a wild, I don't know what they'll have this year, if there's anything different, but like you would see some guy in some 60-year-old airplane doing flips and spins and all this other stuff. And then
Was it a girl? I
It
heard
might
a
have
girl
been.
came out. Everyone was like,
There
was
was
a girl driving that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was usually some old man who's been flying his entire life. And then the A-10 flies, and that little girl hops out.
You're
and
like,
big badass military plane.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of everything and all that thing, and it's a really fun show, and it's something different. And I think we all know those people are like, there's nothing to do.
Yes.
There's nothing to do. Go to the air show. Quit complaining.
I think that this town, especially in between January and April, May, I mean, there is every weekend there's double things.
Yeah. Well, and there was BMX, there was baseball, there was softball, there's high school sports. There's a lot of things
Golf
going on.
tournaments, expos.
If you're willing to drive a whopping 40 minutes away, Havasu had a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know. You say you got nothing to do. I think you're just a whiner.
There's a lot to do, guys.
I
Unless
went
you're
to
like us and we're tired because we're doing all of it.
True. And I'm really glad that people are being lazy because I went to the gym this weekend. There's not a
They were out of
soul
your
in
way.
there. Not a soul.
That's good.
Yeah.
They were all out and about.
But for whatever reason, my gym started playing really bad pop music of
My
all
gym.
generations, right? And so I was sitting there, and I was like 4 disco songs in a row, and I was
Were
like,
you losing it?
well, what did we do? And I look around, there's no one in there, it's just me, and I'm like, who are they playing this for?
Can I turn this thing off?
Who are they playing this for?
Shut her down.
Super annoying.
Do you have headphones?
Oh yeah,
And just tune everybody out?
I try.
Do you
It's
get like this?
distracting.
I can imagine your looks like.
So, a little bit of a dirty secret for me is I usually listen to podcasts in the gym.
Oh gosh, you in
So,
the gym too?
Yeah. Listen, you
In the
laugh.
car, in the gym.
You laugh. If you want to take in information, where do you have an hour or two? Like you're driving, you're in the gym. I go home.
Listen, I wish I was in the gym for an hour or two to be listening
I'll
to
go
anything.
home and I'll turn on a podcast as I get food ready or do whatever else. There's not that much time to consume information.
This is where I say that you're really good at venturing out into all the things that we should be doing, and then I don't really expose myself to all these
Yeah,
things.
listen.
I'm so in my zone of what I do that there's no exposure out.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you expose
For better
yourself
or
to
worse,
all of
yes,
it.
I am super. If I had a good trait, it's that I'm pretty curious.
You are.
I want to know. I need
And
answers.
you take it in.
Yeah. And then I ask dumb questions, and then people
I'm
are
like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean that's happening in the world?
The
He's
world's-
like, Christy, the world is collapsing and
world's
you don't know
crazy.
anything about it?
Speaking
Like,
of crazy
no.
things in the world, do you know there's a giant terrorist attack in Russia?
No. See? Who wants to know this?
Super
You
freaky.
should live in my space where it's just rainy day.
I don't know. Aren't you curious about that?
No.
You're not curious how it's going to affect the...
No, because it's sad.
It is sad, but it doesn't mean it's not happening.
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't change it.
I can't change the weather either, but you still participate in that.
You know what I am excited about? The little rocks that are right outside of Laughlin that are in these little shapes. I want to
The what?
find them. Yeah. They're off of, so they're maybe aliens did these little rocks and shapes. And it's right off
I
Edison Road.
pray that aliens are so petty that they fly here from galaxies away and they set up rocks
Have you
for our
guys seen them?
entertainment.
It's been all over Facebook.
That's what I always wondered
And then
too.
I heard there's an alien right outside of Needles.
There's a lot of aliens coming
I don't
into
know.
Arizona right now. I'm just saying.
I don't know, but I'm gonna find the rocks.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh my
Can
God.
you Google this, Argonda? Is this a thing?
I guess so.
Christie alien
is
space
it decorative
rocks?
rocks or is it just?
No,
I
it's
mean,
rocks in patterns
Oh.
right outside of Laughlin,
okay.
Are you talking about
and it's off Edison. Look it, see?
some
You guys have seen them. They're
some
in
bored
arrows.
landscaper did that?
No.
Hey, good
It's
marketing.
off of- listen,
Whatever
it's-
landscaping
it's
did
off
that,
of
good
Thomas
job. Good
Edison
marketing.
Drive in Laughlin, and you have to be careful. Obviously, it sounds like they're actually kept in their space. So if anyone bothers them or weeds, that the Laughlin Chamber
anyone
kind of
upsets
mans
the
it.
rocks?
Yeah. Wouldn't you want to go there? Look.
No. That looks-
Aliens. You
listen,
believe in aliens.
That looks like snowbirds did that.
They're rocks in big circles.
They came
and
out
in
from the
certain
Midwest
patterns.
like, oh my gosh, there's no grass. Look at all these rocks. Let's make a circle. And then someone else like, let's make a circle too.
I'm going with aliens.
Good job, Edith.
all right, we
nice
show.
job.
We got to show it since people are wondering what you're talking
there
about.
It is,
So here you
see?
go.
And there's 4 different shapes.
probably an
and
alien
out
right there.
That's
setting
probably
it
the
up.
guy who did it.
No, they take care of it and make sure the weeds don't grow over
I
it.
see. So they must do this at night.
I don't. Yeah, the aliens don't
Nobody
come during
sees
the
them do
day,
it.
That's for sure.
What the heck's going on here?
So That is the desert equivalent of crop circles. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. And they're right here. Me and Jeff, we're going to go do a spotlight on it. This
That's
is what's
hilarious.
happening. We need a 4-wheel drive ASAP. But Jeff's afraid of aliens. You want to see what aliens are doing. Jeff does not want no part of aliens.
Well, aliens don't scare me. It's the ghosts. It's the haunted places that scare me.
You'll take the alien over a ghost?
I'll take
that
an
you
alien.
can't
Yeah, they
see?
don't.
I feel like they're both equally terrifying. If they're both real,
creepy.
okay, if they're both real,
Yeah,
we are so screwed.
we are.
Speaking of, I saw Ghostbusters this weekend. Terrible.
The new one?
Don't go see
So
it.
bad.
Oh, you can see it. I got popcorn.
Did you hear there's a new
I put a little
Rad
bunch of
coming
crunch
out?
in there. It was pretty good. I knew what?
Okay.
Rad.
I never
The
saw the first
bicycle?
one.
You're an 80s kid? You never saw the first one?
I was born in '82.
Yeah. You better watch the first one.
I don't know.
I'm so disappointed in you right now.
I've never in my life had any interest in the bicycle world. It's not my thing.
Guys,
We rode a
Rad is
bicycle
coming
to
out.
get from A to B because we had no transportation.
Come on.
Yeah.
Those were the biggest things in
No.
our lives. Roller skates and bicycles.
I feel like that was definitely
Anybody?
like a California thing in the '80s. I was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yours was a long drive to anywhere.
was very
For California, you cruised around them.
Yeah, no. It was not the same culture.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Were you guys running through
We're going to have
big,
to pull up a picture someday.
big, huge farms with
I literally
like children
grew
at the
across.
corn?
I grew up across the street from a cornfield, and you know.
Or did you really run in like they're?
Yeah,
And you're
you just
think
went
you were
over there
getting
and
lost?
ran around. Like I don't know, it's very entertaining. But we didn't have Google Maps or any of this other stuff. That is definitely
You couldn't
corn.
even see
That
yourself.
literally is what it looks like. You walk out to the mailbox and you look across the street, and that's what you saw.
And it makes you want to go in there where animals are.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
No.
Super fun.
That's where you
Okay.
saw
But
the
then
aliens.
we would ride our bikes to the woods and just go roam around, climb trees, throw sticks. All the stuff you saw in movies as a kid. That's how we grew up. And you go play in the creek, and out there we say crick. We don't say
Crick.
creek.
I did grow up in
Get out in the creek.
the mountains, like
Come in and
California
get
mountains.
worshed.
Yeah,
Worst.
Worcestershire.
You get worshed. There's R's in words that don't have R's.
No,
And you go downtown.
downtown.
Where
I'm
they
surprised you
take
still
out
don't talk
letters.
like that.
I didn't know that I did until we moved out here and people told me.
And they're like, "What are you
And
saying?"
because I'm a little bit of a language snob, I think I worked some of it out. But what's
Were
funny
you
is,
offended when you were a kid? Were you like, "I'm not saying it that
but
way"?
what's funny is the internet makes the world very small. So my son watches all this Pittsburgh stuff, Pat McAfee, Pittsburgh Dad, just general Pittsburgh sports, and he has some of that creeping up, and he's never lived there.
You're like, "What is happening?"
Figure
here?"
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Or off on them. Something.
Yeah, well,
Listen.
that's his influence. Like
He
if
wants
you
to
grew
go
up,
there.
oh,
Yeah.
he loves it back there. But if you influence was watching, I don't know, let's say Cardi B and how she talks.
Right.
Now you got some kid in Arizona has some I don't know where she's from,
Swagger
New York or
about them,
something,
and you're
some
like, "What?"
ghetto New York dialect. You're from Bullhead City. What are
This
you doing?
is so true. Sometimes you'll run into people and you're like, I can't even understand what you're saying, dude.
Yeah, no,
Who
it's
have you
super
been
weird.
listening to?
So weird. So weird, but anyway.
That's so funny.
You guys want a deal of the week?
Yeah. I mean, aliens, deal of the week.
Deal of the week goes with it.
go.
Listen, I want a deal of the week. I want a truck of the week. Do you have that truck I sent you?
I do. Do you want to see it?
Listen,
That's
I don't have
That's
anything
the
to say
truck.
about this other than, damn, I like this truck. Look at this thing.
I walk by
I like it too.
every time, too.
So that is an AT4X with all the AEV off-road bumpers, skid plates, wheels, tires.
Nice.
All black.
So yeah, blacked out, and it's in that new gray color. It is.
Fire.
I literally walked by, or was driving back down here after I drove all the way up there.
Yeah, it was
So
a
mad.
situation.
I
this
drove all the
morning.
way up there, and I was like, "What is that?"
Dang.
Nice.
So
That's
bad.
just fire.
Very nice truck.
It basically.
It's for sale.
Yeah. So it comes.
It could be yours.
Yeah.
Comes off-road ready. You can lift it, but it comes with a bigger wheel and tire, off-road shocks, the whole bit,
Those
ready to
GMCs
roll.
are just fancy too. It's just the fancier.
I always say
styles.
Chevy, but I have had probably more GMCs than Chevys in my
No,
life.
it's just a little classier, you know.
That's right. I'm a classy guy.
You
It's true.
are.
I'm a classy guy. That's how I am. You know,
You're just a truck snob, is
He's
what
funny.
you are.
I am a little bit of a truck snob.
I love my Silverado. though.
Nothing makes me angry
Love
when
it.
people like crappy trucks. And I'm like, you just haven't had a good truck.
Yeah.
That's like people eat bad food out here and they're like, it's so good. I'm like, you don't even know.
I do when I get in your Denali seats. I'm like, oh, this is a little like cushiony.
They're nice.
Classy.
Yeah.
It's a classy
It's a
seat.
It's a classy. It's for a classy guy.
Classy driver. The first thing I did with my classy truck was rip the wheels and tires off and put hillbilly wheels and tires on.
Oh man.
I'm like, I need methods on my
Like, this is not
Denali.
working.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's go for the deal. What do you
deal
got
of the
for
week. Here we
us?
go. This is a pre-owned 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. This is the PHEV SEL SAWC version. If you can get all that, then
Whoa,
you're
that's
good.
why they don't sell much of those because those letters are wild.
Too
much.
That's just
What are we
too
on?
much
Too many letters, huh?
information.
What are we on Sesame Street? What was that?
Well, it's for sale, and it's down here at the used car center. It only has
Brought to you by the letter M.
58,000 miles on it, guys. So it's real clean.
Rattle off those letters again.
The letters again. Here we go. You ready? Pre-owned 2022 Mitsubishi
A,
Outlander
B, C,
PHEV
D,
SEL
F, G.
SAWC.
So what? I'm assuming the EV means some sort of electric.
Yeah, it's got
so
a
is
motor.
It electric?
Yeah, it has a motor and it has electric.
So you could put gas or charge.
that's right. Yep. There you go.
That's interesting.
Deal of the week. Come on down. Get it.
Yeah, listen, that is interesting. Somebody go buy it and tell me what the hell that is.
I do have a buddy who has a Tesla that drives from Vegas to here, and he can't get back up to Vegas without going to Needles to charge to go. Does
Really?
that make any sense?
You should tell them. I think there's a charging station in Laughlin now.
Yeah, there is at the new
Fun
at
fact,
the hotel.
did you
At where?
know?
Riverside?
No, these are like
Dottie's.
Harris or something.
No,
isn't it?
Dottie's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dottie's.
Yeah,
What's
Dottie's.
Dottie's? There's a hotel
River
named
Palms.
I don't know, I
Oh.
don't
Used
know
to
what
be.
Dottie's is.
10-4.
That's what they
We
call it
have
now.
charging stations. If you have one of our electric vehicles, and we get them all the time, where people will be, they'll drive to Vegas, leave Vegas, and they have to stop here to charge to make it back to Phoenix.
It's wild.
So
Hey, Wagon Wheel has a whole Tesla setup now.
Yeah, they do.
Like, talk about
you know what
being
else Wagon
smart and
Wheel
getting you
has?
there.
really good
Good
biscuits.
breakfast.
God dang.
He
What
tried
were we
them.
out
I
there
was going to
for?
say mimosas, but, breakfast is fine,
Shane doesn't
too.
do mimosa. Shane does biscuits. What were we out there for,
A
Arganda?
community spotlight we did at the school, and then we went over there,
yeah.
right?
Oh, we did it for when we did Needles basketball.
Basketball team. That's right.
And we went by
Where
there.
was I?
And
You left. You had to
didn't
go.
even invite me.
No, you had to go.
you went to River Valley for something.
You had to go.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
So
Yeah.
they're taking and they're like transporting all the biscuits they just made out to like and so they literally had this cauldron of biscuits.
Yeah.
Were they like,
I did not ask for one. I didn't like order one with my food, and I was like,
I gotta have one of those.
where you going with that bucket of biscuits? So
You
the
guys
lady
wanna
brought
try
me
one?
one. It was so good. Oh my god.
You know what is fun about them too is they are like true home style waitresses. They're like, "Hey, Bobby Sue, come sit down. Hey, Billy Joe." Like they're just. It's
Do they
kind of
all
like
have two
warm and
names?
Fuzzy. Yeah, you have to.
I want to know.
You have to. when
Someone
you're
from the
down in
wagon
those
wheel
neck of the
tag
woods.
us. I want to know how many two named waitresses we have out there.
No, all the people that come in, they know their names. They know what they order.
So funny you say that. We sit there, and someone was there. What we knew. Mm-hmm. Adam was working. Big Adam.
Oh, yes.
From football. So talked to him, and then as we're sitting there, both the basketball coaches we just interviewed walked in, and it was
Were they
like
like,
that. Like
"Hey!"
everybody's like, "Hey, hey, hey!" It's awesome.
Did you ever watch Mel's Diner when you were young?
No.
Well, that's kind of what that place reminds me
You know what it
of.
reminds me of? The diner in the little town I grew up in.
See, it's very homey, right?
We went back there.
Delicious food, too.
I mean, you could probably pick any number of restaurants we went to when I was a kid, and we'd go back like last year, and people remember us, our parents.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, like we walked in with my uncle, and they're like, "Oh, this is Dave and Marilyn's kids. Oh, this is show. I remember when." And I'm like, "God damn, that's 30 years ago."
That's
Oh,
wild. Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
you feel at home, right?
Shoot, it was 30 years ago.
We're getting older by
I was
the
turning
day.
12 when we moved here.
Oh,
I'm
what is
41.
What did like a serious time to move that far from what you knew?
Listen, I remember when I was still had an option to move, and I was tell Brooke like we either do it when they're young or we're not doing it until they're old.
Yeah.
Because it was rough moving at that age.
My parents, I was 14 when we moved here, and we moved from California. And when we came, it was only the 2-lane highway. And I looked at my parents as like, you're moving me from this and a 2-lane highway where I have to drive back to California or to Vegas to go shopping. Like, you have lost your mind.
Yeah.
I was mad. But
Have
I
I-
will tell you, within 6 months, this was my home, and I
Have
would
I told you
never go back.
my move-in experience?
No.
I probably have at some point.
With the baseball team?
No. So we come in the middle of the night, and I remember driving in on the road. I don't remember if it's into Kingman or whatever, and it's night, and there is a nasty monsoon. And so it's like ungodly lightning, and we're driving in, and I'm like,
what are we
Are
doing?
we driving to hell
Like
right
Back to
now?
the
Like, what is
Future?
happening? And so we stayed at Colorado Bell,
Oh.
and then we go to like the rental place and get the keys the next
Which
day,
back
whatever.
then you didn't have all the places either, so it's still looking like
No.
desolate desert.
So we get and we go outside, and it's ungodly hot. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Why are we here?
We are in hell.
And we drive by, and I remember looking up at the temperature thing on the Colorado Bell or one of those casino marquees, and it was like 120 degrees. And I had never experienced anything over probably like 101 in Pennsylvania.
And not this heat.
And I just remember going, like,
Dad, really?
I was 12 years old. I'm like, what in the
Mad.
hell? And so then we go to this house, and we get to this house, and I look at it, and we grew up out in the country. Grass, huge yard, neighbors' houses are
Miles away.
not super far away, but they're not right next door. And we go to this house on Jokabima in Bullhead, in the middle of town, right by like the Bullhead City Junior High.
House.
Yeah, you know they don't have any grass.
Or
So I just
basketball
look, and there's a
courts.
cactus and some rocks in the front yard,
And dirt.
and I'm like, what in
Where's
the hell
grass?
is
I'm
this?
playing football.
Yeah. So we get our bikes out. My parents are like unloading. I think they're kind of getting the vibe. They're like, why don't you guys go explore around? So we ride around, and I'm like, what in the hell is this?
There's nothing. There's nothing
So
out
this
here.
is the first time in my life I've ever seen a park where a park is a place with grass.
Oh, because you've always just lived
Everything's
in it.
just grass. You go to the park because, like, you know.
Yeah.
And so we ride down. There's this little park down there, and I'm like, what in the hell is this? So we come back, whatever. We eat. We do, get situated. We grew up out in the country. You just leave your bike on the shed or, out in the yard or whatever. And our bikes got stolen first night.
Oh,
First
boy.
night? Oh, my
Lord.
God. Was your dad like,
Called the
"Lesson
police. The
learned,
police were
what are
like,
you doing?"
why would you leave bikes out? What's wrong with you people? And my parents were probably like,
I don't know, man.
yeah.
We won't do
Your
it
mom
again.
and dad were like, where?
So I remember I would
the
get
heck
like
did we
this
move our
big,
family?
obnoxious bike lock anytime I wanted to go somewhere. Yeah. So that was my first 24 hours in
That's
Bullhead.
a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Guys, we got someone watching from Kenya.
What?
Do you know where Kenya is?
Where are you, Kenya?
That is South Africa.
Well, thank
I think
you
that's
for
our furthest
watching.
fan ever.
Thank you for watching. How exciting.
Yeah.
How did you find us? I want
Really?
to know. Let's do an interview
I
with
can't
you over
pronounce
the
his
phone.
name. I apologize. I'll try. How about that? Kip Langet Rooch.
Very
That's all I could do.
Thank you for watching.
But yeah,
We
from South
appreciate it.
Africa.
Check that out.
Pretty cool.
That's very cool.
We got fans all over, you guys. All over the world.
Listen, the real question is anyone from town watching? That's
Oh, yeah. We have
that's what we're far more concerned about.
17.
Listen.
We hope you move to the States and you buy a car from Findlay Motor Company in Bullhead
Yeah.
City, Arizona.
There we
Or
go.
if you're a movie star and you want to put us on your show, we'll come to your show.
Yeah.
That's true.
I always think that maybe that's going to be our opportunity. What if somebody wants to have us on their show?
So here's the kicker. I don't want to be a movie star.
I want to.
I don't want to be.
I want to do that.
Hollywood's the grossest place.
How about
Well, I
an
don't want to go
internet
Hollywood.
star?
I
Internet
just,
star.
I just want to be
better
here.
than a-
I want people to say, Christy,
wanna
come
sell-
and show up with us.
I want to sell a few more cars. I want to improve the community some.
Okay.
Like,
well, that's what we already do.
You have these goals, and I'm like, yeah. Christy's like, I'm gonna be famous.
I want to be there.
Christy's gonna show up all over the country, and I'm like, I
Showing
don't
up
want
with
to.
Christy is really fun.
I
just
don't
so
want
you
to
know.
leave.
I won't be there.
I don't want to leave the office for more than once a day. Like,
Like, listen, Christy, I have my route. That's where I want to stay.
I just hope Benjamin goes somewhere cool for football.
So
And
then
then
you
I
have
can,
to
like-
go.
So you can go
No,
somewhere.
like I love to go. Like
Yeah.
I love going places. I just have to have
A reason, yeah.
yeah.
right.
He's going to go somewhere. It's going to be amazing. You're not going to know what to do when Benjamin ventures off.
No.
I'm lost. I think this is part of like, you don't even realize how it starts to affect you way before they even graduate, right? Like you're setting your mind up for the fact that I have 2 teenage boys. My girls are already in Phoenix and our boys are leaving us like in less than 6 months.
Sad.
Wah, wah, wah.
What?
Sad, but on the other hand, it's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, because you don't want them staying here being nobodies. I mean, they can't just sit in their rooms and game the rest of their life. So they have to go do something. But it's really
As
weird.
long as you pay for them, they will.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
will
true.
not. That's a negative.
Hey, we went to dinner last night. We went with my folks, and we're sitting there, and I'm waiting with my daughter.
Wait, where did you go?
We went to Chili's,
I was either predicting in my head Chili's or Vito's.
which is hilarious because I hadn't had Chili's outside of like work lunch in forever, and we went 2 weeks in a row. So I don't
yeah,
know what
because you went
that's
with
all
the
about.
boys
Chili's out.
or the kids.
Yeah, and honestly, it was okay, but the goddamn cookie is so good. So
It is good. The
So I
dessert-
saw Jet, ironically, after we had the last show and you talked about it, we took the kids up there and they said dessert. And I was like, normally my answer is no. And then I was like, can we have the lava cake and the cookie?
Try one of each.
Yeah, you made me do that.
That's
I was
what I
like,
do.
this is the
what I do.
Sold.
So anyway, we're sitting there, right, and we're waiting for my mom, as Benjamin drives, and Benjamin to show up. And I'm sitting there with my daughter, and I said, baby, I said, look at that table over there. And she looks. I said, you see how that guy's eating his dinner, and his kid hasn't looked up from their phone the entire time? I said, I'm not paying for your dinner if you do that to me.
That's
Never.
funny.
When
Yeah.
it's always a rule of thumb in my family, whether we're eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and we're sitting down, there is no phones. Doesn't matter. End of story. I will take that phone, and if they grab it, I snatch it so fast, and they're like, "Eh," and I'm like, I will keep this phone. Have you ever tried to take a phone away from a teenager, like
No.
when they get in trouble?
Probably
Well,
turn into a
this
fight.
is what I would. It does. So I learned really quickly that I was probably not faster than them. They could run, but if I watched
You
them,
had to be more ferocious.
yeah, it was like 2
Sneaky.
seconds of them lifting it up, and I would just snatch it
Yeah.
from them, and they would immediate panic. And I was like, gone. Like, why do you do that? I'm like, well, you ain't gonna give it to me, so I will steal it.
Well, whatever works.
Yeah. I have not had to do that yet, but honestly, I would probably not handle it as well. I'd literally probably just
Just smack it.
smash his phone and be like, figure it out.
Oh boy.
What are you going to report some property damage on my property? Like, what are we talking about here?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Cop
I had to
probably
take
look-
cars away, and my
Yeah.
kid would be like, "Well, how am I gonna get to school?" I was like, yeah, that's
Figure
not
it
my
out.
problem.
Yeah.
But you better get there.
You figured out how to screw it up. You figured out how to fix it.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's right.
You can't take my car. Yeah, I paid for it. It's
Well, I always
gone.
say, just to be clear, your name's not on squat.
As well as
That
the
is
door.
my car.
true.
You don't want to behave? You don't even get a door for your room. I pay for that too. Go figure.
It's
Check
true.
this out.
Yep. I'm very fortunate. Benjamin has been pretty reasonable in terms of responsibility. So, and I think he actually does a lot of like I think he helps his mom out quite a bit, running around,
He's a
and
good boy.
yeah, he does a pretty good job. So
This
But
was definitely not with my boys. It was
I
with my
can't
girls.
wait till he screws up, and I can trade in his car and my car and get a new truck.
There you go. I am
I
waiting.
tell him that all the time. I'm like, listen, son, you just say the word. We'll trade them all in. I'll take all that equity. I'll have a new truck in no
Easy,
time.
Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, thank you for showing up today. Sorry we're a little off our game. I feel like that's just how the Tuesday show goes. Monday show, Tuesday show, Wednesday show.
Well, the
I don't
funny
know.
part is we moved to Monday
to avoid the
because
chaos.
Tuesday was such a, and then we come here today and there's like 20 people in here having a class.
So we
we're like,
appreciate that you show up no matter what
whatever.
time we're here.
That's right.
Even
We're
if you
still
catch
holding
it
out
later.
hope that the new building frees up some space, and then we can at least be left alone
Hey,
in
if
here.
you guys see any of the upper management, tell them we need a show space.
That'd be great.
Hey, shop local, support local. Have a good day. We will see you here on Thursday.
And now it's lunchtime. I'm excited about that.
Oh, holy heck.
Normally it's so early. Now I'm like, oh, it's for lunch.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.